Hello everyone, my name is Rebecca and welcome back to my Pixel Quest. Welcome back to our blind playthrough of Blue Prince, and once again, as we've done many times before, here we are jumping back into a day that went surprisingly long in the last episode, so let's see how we do now. Okay, alright, okay, it's something, we're building up again, we're building up. I need these next two rooms to work. Oh man, I wish I had a redraw die. I wish I had my shovel. Now that I have more steps, is it worth going here to see if I can draft something that will help? 1, 2, 3. I think it is. I think if we can set ourselves up better, even if I get more keys and I can try more lockers, I think it might be a worthwhile sacrifice. Oh, thank God for dormitory. Well, I definitely don't... This will be taking me down to... No, it'll only take me down to 4 gems, because we'll get a gem in there. Okay, let's do office, because I'd like to be able to go around the corner. Oh, yes. Apples. I'm so much happier for Apple than the money. Oh my God. I forgot that I've got the metal detector now. There's my gem, great. I mean, I know I can, like, spread money in the estate, but it's going to go all into the conference room. So, let's spread gold in the estate. Let's do it anyway. Okay. Oh my God. Oh my God, that is so useful. Whew. I am so glad I saw that. So glad I saw that. What would be the most useful? This. Boudoir. Oh, hang on. I don't really need this now, do I? I might need it if I get a security. That's a bit of a conundrum. If I do get a security door in those final 2... Oh. And I haven't had a security door yet, so that... Oh no, I've had one in Darkroom. I mean, it could happen, it's possible. This would give me more redraws. But redraws won't stop a security door. So that's kind of... Damn. This is just... Boudoir will give me more redraws and it will give me another room possibility. Oh, this is real skin of my teeth stuff here. I don't know which one is safer. Boudoir will also give me gem. I think utility closet is just the safest bet, to be honest. It would be horrible to get a security door. It would be horrible to get a security door at this stage. So, I mean, we can turn that on anyway, for all it's worth. Great. Alright. Okay. Not missing anything. Okay. I think I've set myself up as best as I can. I've made my choices. I can't believe, like, how I've managed to sort of scrape ahead. It's just one of those days, right? I've only got the 1 key, which is really, really not ideal. But we got 2 redraws on our side. The lockpick kit worked. That's great. Library is actually perfect here. Perfect. Oh my God. Okay. Well, before the dowsing rod was telling me there was something in here. But now, maybe it's taken it away. Maybe it's taken it away. Ah, okay. So the thing that I did want to do in here was... There, I wanted to get which drafting strategy. I think it's 4. Because, God, what was even the reason for it? It was because I hadn't been able to, that's right. It was because I hadn't been able to look at it with the magnifying glass. And it's the one that has the dead room, the dead end challenge, whatever it's called. I think that is 4. No, I checked and it is 5, actually. 5 is the one. I've read everything, but I haven't read it with the magnifying glass. So let's get that going. Okay. One last draft before my dreams. Let's see how this goes. 4 gems, 1 key, a lockpick kit, 2 redraws. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Okay. We can do it. Oh, it's interesting. Oh, the bookshop, the draft. Oh my god, oh my god. This is such a gift. I'm even excited about the bookshop, even though there's nothing for me to buy there. But it's just an exciting thing to get. But actually, these 2 couldn't be more perfect. Both of them will get me to the antechamber, and each of them is incredible. So I cannot believe, oh my god, I cannot believe I've got gallery. I've been waiting for this to come back. Because I think I can do some things here. So as much as I'd like drafting studio, gallery. Oh my god, finally, we meet again. Oh, hey. What? Hey, someone dropped a coin here. Okay. All right. Oh god, 8 steps. So I've got room 46 waiting for me there. But now, god, I just thought I'd be going straight through. Okay, let me pull up my notebook page where I've been puzzling away for so many days, over a long period of time, just coming back to it every now and again. This is the one I am fairly sure I just know. This is the one it just feels quite clear to me. There are all of these words like genuine, veritable, actual, and then you've got all of these eyes in the background. Veritable, genuine. It's sort of showing you one part of the word, second part of the word. So the conclusion I've come to on this by looking at, so what I've done for all 4 of these, by the way, is look at all of the available letters, you know, in each thing, in each slot, and looked at what words are possible to make there. For this one, I believe it is realize. I think realize is the thing that just fits the bill. So let's see if anything even happens. Like, do I need to get all 4 of them correct before something happens, or? I don't think I do, because I think, I might be misremembering, but I think one of the trophies is actually to get all 4 of these puzzles. Now, the only thing here is it S or is it Z? In fact, I'm going to get the E ready so I can see if one of them... There was a noise. Something just happened. This thing, it's still, where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, has it just lowered? But I can't get in there. I see. I was wondering, like, what will this puzzle be of solving all 4 of them? So probably 2 of them will lower, and then the next 2 will open. That's amazing, though. I knew this one was correct. I realized it. I realized it, and then I realized it. Oh my god, so satisfying. All right, I have some ideas about what the others are. This one I think is definite. What I eventually realized about this picture is that it has many in words. Fin, sin, bin, skin. This one took me a while to realize. And so I've puzzled that there are only 2 possibilities amongst these letters for doing IN. So I think that's part of it. I feel like the 8, I know it's infinite and it's also an 8. It's like both. Somehow how I've come to think about this one is definite. So, but I'm not sure of it. I'm not, oh, now I've got to go all the way around. Yeah, I'm not sure. I've got to go all the way around again. Okay. AUF. Okay, here's our in. And it's got finite in it, which is a part of infinite. But you can't get the word infinite, so I think it's definite. And even though I don't even know if I'm reasoning correctly with this one. I feel like it has an 8 as a part of it, but the ending, the spelling is ITE. Let's see. Nothing happened. Nothing happened. Okay. Well, there you go. What if I make it definite? Could it possibly be a... Nah. Oh, man. Okay. Well, look, I wasn't sure. I wasn't definite. It wasn't definite about that one. Okay. All right. I'll work away on that one a little bit more. What I have for this one is even worse. Like, even... I'm far, far, far less sure about this one. But my best guess as it stands is parted. I think because it's got a big P in it, I reckon that the word starts with P. That's kind of where I'm starting with this. I think that the 2 red things are parting. So I think that's part of it. My puns are also getting worse, I think. And it doesn't... The things that are parting... Oh, no. Alright, the things that are parting are red. This doesn't have red in it, but there's also no way to make red. It's impossible with the letters that are available to make the word red. So, but it does have red, but with a letter in between, which could have been read as parting, right? Like the word red itself parting. So that's kind of where I was going with that. All right, this one is the absolute worst. This one sucks. At the moment, my top guess for this one, and it's pretty weak, it is pretty weak sauce, is think. Let me just give it a go. I'd be, if this one is correct, I'll be really floored that the previous 2 that I thought were stronger. Oh my god. I can't believe it. I thought this one was my next, most sure. I thought this one, and I thought this one, such little chance. This, because I have, like, my reasoning here is so weak. It's so similar to this word, but the K is thin and not thick. So I thought thin, but then with the K on the end. And it doesn't even make much sense to me. And I cannot figure out what the hell any of the rest of it means. Like, I went through so many other forms of thinking before even landing on that one. I was like, mirror, could it be a palindrome? I literally worked out what the possible palindromes are. And guess what? I only found one. It was tenet, and it sucks. Like, 'cause it doesn't seem to fit with anything else. This, I just wrote down all of these words, and none of them led to anything. Bind, capture, lock, trap, chain, cop, jail, nab, light, shine, meteor, thick, thin, bold, mirror, reflect, cuffs, law, arrest, star, shoot, comet. I was going nowhere with this. And what I eventually I mean, what I did with all of them, but what I especially did with this one is just write out as many of the possible 5-letter words as I could make from the possible letters. And think was one of them. And I just, you know, literally with that reasoning I just mentioned there, that's what I thought was like my best guess. Okay, so that had 2 gems in it. But what's gonna be... How can I be so... Well, look, this is important knowledge. It's important knowledge. I shall rethink. But I've got 2 of them. That's amazing. I've got 2 of them, and I've opened one of the trunks. And this little guy goes down here now. Sort of sucks to be him. That's not as nice a position. You can't really see anything down there. I guess I've lightened his load slightly. Probably not by much. I'm sure that the trunk itself is the major source of the weight he's carrying. Okay, well, I guess I've got to... I guess I've got to go back to the drawing board with these 2 a little bit. Why is this one... It seems like this one should be so easy. I don't know why. I don't know why I reason that. I have some possibilities written down. But I don't know why any of them would be correct. I'm going to try one more that's just quite easy to parried. Nope. Nope. Why red? You know, I've got red. Well, red is the color of Fen Aries. Maybe... Which is partly why I thought this, because it's got like Ariel, you know, Ari in it. I mean, I've already thought about this so much and I've only got 2. I could just try some of the other words I have written down, but like, I have a lot. Do you know how many different words you can make out of these letters? Let me tell you, it is ridiculous. Like, I've been through systematically and done all of the D words, and it's dozens. And that's even discounting the weird words. I'm just talking about the regular English usage words. Like, it's a lot. So I can't just systematically try all of the things. I have to have some kind of reasoning behind it. I feel in has to be a part of this word. Okay, needs a rethink. They write my incorrect title here. It's quite funny. What are you? All right. So I'm actually back after a fair bit of break because I actually just had like we had some people over. I just had to walk away from the game, so I had to like leave it running because there's nothing I can do. I can't like quit and save. So the game has just been sitting here waiting for me for quite a long time. So, you know, whatever kind of ultra nighttime we're into here in this day, we are deep into it. It's been a while. But yeah, no time at all for you guys. And look, in that time away, have I figured out what these 2 things are? No. But I'm gonna have a bit of a go at it. I've been trying. Like I'm kind of, in some ways, feel like I'm going around in circles. I mean, my reasoning with this is so look, this one just felt actually pretty easy to me. Like it didn't take me too long to sort of go, okay, like it's quite clear that this one is telling me kind of the construction of the word here. Genuine, very table. And then all of the words are sort of to do with, yeah, like the word real, you know, an idea like that. And there are eyes. It's so clearly that eyes is the end of the word. This one just kind of sang to me quite clearly. I felt pretty certain about this one. As I said, this was my next most certain one, but definitely by no means certain in the same way. But it is so clear to me that there are so many things in here. Fin, pins, I eventually figured out. Bins, sins, the 7 deadly sins. Skin, so there's so many ins. I figured that the word must involve in, and there are only, literally, there are only 2 places in this word where in can go. It can go here, or it can go here, and that's it. There's nothing else. So this one felt like it made sense to me because obviously you've got this infinite kind of symbol here, and this has finite in it, obviously, you know, when I spell it correctly. And also just because it also, in this game, this is also associated with the number 8. So I thought, well, it has the sound of 8 at the end of it. So I figured that was my kind of, my reasoning. Also, we're inside a room. That's the other in, right? So this was my best guess. What I might just try are just a few, there are too many words to just randomly try things. So I'll try some of my next best ones. I don't actually know, like, I don't even have like a top 2 here. So I'm just going to try some things that I have written down that are words that also have in them. So let's first, and I don't, again, it's kind of like with think, where I'm like, I you know, it turned out to be correct, and I can kind of logic why a little bit, but I can't figure out what the hell else is going on with everything else. Why does think have anything to do with mirror? I don't know. Or reflection. What the hell is going on with this? The light. Dark. I don't know. I have no idea what's happening there, but it was correct. It was just a good guess of the dozens of words I came up with there. So let's just try. You. Looking at my chart, I should actually, you know, be able to see when the letters are coming up as well, because I've got them all here in order, like the columns of letters and the order in which they should be appearing in. Oh, here. One of the other ways that I've been looking at all of these words is just in terms of like word construction, you know, so like what possible, no, okay, that was just one, because it does have in it, I don't know, you know, so for example, words can end in elly, you know, like minutely, you know, like I've been looking at like what possible word endings and what possible word beginnings, you know, can you make from the letters, that sort of thing. So another thing I've been thinking about this is, okay, there's the 7 deadly sins. 7. There's this. 8. So could the word 9, could have something to do with 9? And you can make a 9, you can make 2 words, at least 2 reasonable words, you know, that aren't too weird, that have 9 in them. So I'm just going to try them. Nope, 19 is possible, and the other one is 90s. And nope, okay. If there's another one, I don't know it. All right, here's just another random one that I have written down. Let's give it a go. All of this is knowledge for me. If I have to walk away from this, at least I'll know, okay, it wasn't any of these, right? It wasn't this. A, T, and E. Nominate. Nope. All right. Not that. Okay, I've got a really weird one I'm going to try, because this one is not even Not even a common word. But I'll explain my reasoning for giving this a try. We need to start with... Oh, hang on. Oh, you know what? It's not even possible. Nope, never mind. I just realized. No. I had come up with this word from... Alright, so what I was going to try was a really weird word. Binately. It's not even a common word. I didn't know what it meant. But what I was literally looking up was... I realized that you could make innately out of these words. But I hadn't actually double checked that B was available as a start. And it's not. So never mind. It's not that. It's not any of these ones. Crossing them all out. Gone. So yeah, there's so many. Like, you can end in a Y. You can end in 8. You can end in out, actually. And I thought about that. Like, could it be in and also, you know, could it have in and could it also have out at the end? It's possible. But I haven't had a... The other thing I've been thinking is, all right, the two that we have confirmed so far are realize and think. I mean, they're both similar kinds of words, right? They're both words that are to do with puzzles. So, I mean, I have been purposely looking out, as I've been coming up with words, I've been purposely looking out for words that would be, you know, realize, think, you know, possibly even they're all verbs like that. You know, things to do with thinking through puzzles, with working things out. So, in a sense, man, of what I have written down here, and it is a small portion of the possible words that you could make out of this, because 8 letters to play with, that creates a lot of possibilities. I've systematically gone through, I think, just words that start with the letter D, that work in, you know, with this construction of letters across the 8 slots. So I'm just looking at them like, what? We're going to ignore defecate, for example. I don't think it's going to be that. How about deftness? You know, that seems like something our uncle, like a value that our uncle would appreciate. Even though it has nothing to do with in. And I just feel like I can't ignore that this word probably has in it. Oh, again. Come on. Don't click through so fast. But we'll try this. We'll try this. You know, like ness is a way that you could end this word. Nope. Alright, not that. What else? Desolate, deserted, droplets, you know? There's... Alright, this might be an odd one, but let's try. It does have in it. And it's a puzzly word. Nope. It's got in, dominoes, you know, puzzles. So not that. Let's try a similar word. I did have a little bit of possible faith in this one. Dominate could also be it. Nope. All right. We're just going through the list. All right. District, disgraces, displace. Like distress, disaster. You know, these don't seem to have anything to do with what I'm seeing. Danishes. Designer. Designer? I mean, he would see himself as a designer of puzzles. That said, boop. Oh, no. Gallery. A small chamber dedicated to the exhibition of art, ideal for showcasing smaller series and collections. Before his passing, H.S. Sinclair personally selected the artwork that was displayed here each year, purposefully omitting the composition titles to leave the interpretations of each piece for the viewers themselves to realize. It's absolutely hilarious that I now realize it has the word realize in it. Could this have the other words in it? Think? There is no think here, is there? So maybe they just give you one hint. One very direct but also very ambiguous hint. To realize, to think. I mean, in interpretations has in, but it wouldn't fit in here. This is crazy. This is not what I expected from this slot. I didn't expect I was going to be spending all of this time here. Detonate. Alright, what was the next one I was trying? Designer. I don't know. Let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. It's a nice word. It's a perfectly good G for good. It's a perfectly good word. You can't argue with this word. I like it and you should too, game. God, man, it's going to be incredible when I try something and hear that click. I wonder what could be in this one. I reckon it's not just gems, you know? I think for solving all 4 of these, there's going to be more. There's going to be something more in there. It's kind of dungeony, isn't it? I had considered if dungeon was possible, but it is not. Unless you spell it really weird. So, designer, no. Dampness, defector, deficits. Alright, it's another weird one, but this... Unity. Nope. Alright. Disunity down. Disunite down. Like, words, it can end with like eyes, ate, eyed, eightly, est, ness, shone, like Tion. Ed. Sorry, not ed, but eds. Eds. But none of that really gets me anywhere. Alright. Maybe we'll switch it up. Let's try a few things here. So this spot is literally the only spot with a P. This is the only spot of all of the letters that includes a P. I just can't ignore this giant P here. It could be that I'm thinking about it wrong, but that's what it really feels like. You know, this one here, it really wasn't that complicated. It made sense to my brain. So I think there's... You know, like they can't be so much harder than this one, right? Like in terms of complexity. Obviously hard for me, yes. Yes, absolutely hard for me. But it shouldn't be such an enormous leap in logic from what we had there before. Okay, so let's just try a few of the things that I've got here. Hey, 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 hey. Just here, just here. Oh, it keeps jumping. Yeah, it really does. It's like it's trying to stop me. It's like I'm onto something. Now this has to be an S, doesn't it? Yeah, there's no Z. Alright, it's not that. Maybe that's only spelt with a Z, actually. Okay, my reasoning around this one is because it is, as a word, it is mainly a kind of a mirror image, except for the first and the last, except for the first and the last letters, and at least when they are written in lowercase, which they're not. No, okay. Like in lowercase, the P and the D are kind of like turned around, and I thought it might be showing like, yeah, like a kind of a mirror image except for the P, you know? Can you see where I'm going with that? But no. So let's try this. There is this nice V in the middle. All right, so it's not proved. Prover. Provy. Or proven. All right, it's none of those. I don't know, they seemed slightly puzzly, you know, not really all that much. All right, I've tried parted was my original best guess. Maybe we try a similar word. Because I guess they are parting, is where I'm kind of going. Partly is possible. No. Everything I get wrong is information that will get us closer to the correct word. Okay, I'm gonna try a word that has to do with my my job, what I have a PhD in, parking. Except we're gonna try parked. Why that would be it, I don't know. Nope. I just thought I want to try it. Pair. So we can also have ing words with this one. Oh, I actually needed that. I am considering, why is it that all of these letters are in capitals except for the N? Obviously it could just be a stylistic thing. So not that. Could just be a stylistic thing, but you know, lowercase and uppercase has already been proven in this game to be something that matters at times. So it could be a thing that matters. And I'll show you one other thing. I didn't mention this before, but I actually have a whole little section in my page of notes for this puzzle. I have a little corner that I've drawn off, and at the top I've written hidden numbers. Because at some point, looking back at the footage, I saw that little swirl in there, and I thought it was a 6. And I thought, oh my God, they have hidden numbers in them. And I looked back at the footage with me, you know, doing this over and over again. And I looked at each one looking for a single other hidden number and found nothing. So I was like, okay, it's just a swirl. But it does look like it's a hidden 6, right? And I thought, oh, that would be perfect. Like some of them just have numbers and you put them in a sequence and it spells something. What a cool angle to the puzzle. But it is actually, it's only this. It's only this as far as I've been able to see. So that didn't go anywhere. That didn't go anywhere either. But I did feel clever thinking of that. And I still do. I thought it was a cool thing to try. Like, this is one of the things I really enjoy about this game is just all of the things that don't work out. But the different ways that people think of to attempt to either solve or like even find puzzles or find lore or whatever it is. I think that's one of the most exciting things. So a lot of the time I'm having a ton of fun just thinking of things. It's not that they need to be solved for it to be fun. In fact, sometimes solving things means the fun is over, you know? How's about posing? Nope, not that. How's about... Nope. Okay. Did I try... Oh, nope. I need the pee. I'm pretty sure I need the pee. I could be totally wrong about it, but I think I need the pee. I think I need it. Look at it. It's huge. I think I need it. Why are we flying in the clouds, you know? God, like what? Fly, sky, cloud. You know, I know that these carts have often been referred to as radio flyers or something like that. So I'm like, flyer, no. What do I do with that? Obviously, you can start a word with PH as well. So this is another thing. This is another thing. I'm going to try a few more things that I have here. Even if I don't understand what the logic is, I just have to try words. I just have to give them a go. Because I didn't understand, you know, I didn't fully understand my logic with think. I mostly understood it. Oh, that one doesn't even work. I had the D. I was going to try parade, but it's absolutely, there's no D in this section. So that doesn't work. All right. Parazig. Let's go back to ing. All right. What else could I do here? P-I-N-G. Is there a word that sounds like it's to do with thinking? Not really. I've tried pairing. Prying, and that would, it's sort of puzzly. The things could be pried apart. We've already had the word pry in this game as a part of a puzzle. Oh, hang on, there's no Y. What am I doing? That's a V. Yeah, it's not possible. That was starting to feel like it could be it. But no, impossible. Puking. Poking. Poxing. Yeah. All right. Let's just try all of these. Nope. So it's none of that. This is just, if it's a P word with ing at the end, you know, doing this, we can make our way through the possibilities. I don't know why that cursor keeps sort of jumping around just in this position. All Alright, so I think we can just discount a bunch of these. Pooing. I wasn't going to try pooing myself, but it's good to know that it's not the one. It's not the one. Pooving, pooling, puring, puning. Alright, pH. I don't think there's anything here that works with pH. Bowing. No, there's really not. So that's just not possible. What about proing, preeing? No, none of that really works. Just doesn't work. PT, it's not pterodactyl or anything. Okay. So I think I can say it doesn't start with P and end in ing. That's at least some kind of progress. I guess my best guess is still that ending in ed could be the thing, because clearly red, you know, what these are all red objects. These are the red objects that are associated with red in the game. It's the first thing that occurs to you here, right? And there's no way to make the word red completely in the word possibilities here. But you can have ed and r with a gap in between them. So, I mean, that was my thinking around, you know, some of my previous tries. But previously I tried the R here. I might try the R here. See, could it be red that is split? Red that is split, you know? But then what is possible here then? There are so few vowel possibilities in this spot, which really limits the choices. There's only O or I. So, yeah, proved, proted, prosed. Prided, prited, priced, priked, prived. That's it. So, and with the R here, the only other R possibility you know, like, this is still involves a red that is split. Past, at least, is sort of, you know, slight. You could imagine it having a link to thinking through puzzles, but not really. You know, like, if anything, this would have been like my, you know, well, I said this was my best guess, but, and it's still my best guess, but it's wrong. It's wrong. Perked, perved, herded, perted, pursed. Perted, pierced. Yeah, so unlikely. Porced, porked, porved, ported, ported. Ported's not unthinkable, but puried, perked, perved. Yeah, none of these. None of these. Okay, what about an entirely different word that could also have... That could also have a bit of a relation to solving puzzles? Past. No. I was kind of thinking about, yeah, passing exams in the classroom or something like that. Let me have another. Do you have any more hints for me? I mean, before his passing. But we can't do passing. I can only do past. I can't do purpose. It has, you know, it's too long and it has two P's. Peace, I don't think is possible. No, it's not possible. We can't do puzzle. All right. I think like I've made you guys listen to my logic, like to its full extent. So what I think I'm going to do is actually just pause the recording and just try more words, you know? And if I have any more like big thoughts, which I feel like I'm a bit exhausted from, I'll come back. But otherwise I'm just going to try a bunch and we'll see how we go. All right, I'm gonna bring you back in because I've thought of an idea that I feel really good at. Even though I can't quite relate it to this, let's just give it a go. This is just one I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try on the recording because it is a word that is very similar to thinking, and it works in this construction of letters. Yes! Oh my god, it was that simple. I still don't... What? Ponder? I mean, it starts with P, so I was right about that. My little man has gone down. Oh my god. Oh, I've got 3 out of 4. But let me have a think about this. How do... I understand the P, obviously. Hang on. Ponder. Oh, red is backwards. Okay. I mean, it makes sense because, look, I had done all of this thinking about the stop, you know, the stop sign specifically, you know, because here it is. It's a word, you know. And I had looked for, you know, is it possible to make stop in here? Is it possible to make a word with P-O-T-S in it? Boom, boom, boom. That was kind of cool. But it didn't, my thinking didn't really go anywhere. But I didn't think about doing red backwards. I thought about the word red split, but not backwards. Okay. So red backwards, I get that. Starts with P, is a word to do with thinking, which, you know, I'm obviously only realizing matters after having gotten some others. So this, you know, this is a great hint. This is a great confirmation that this is where I need to be getting to over here. But yeah, I don't know if pond, because there's no, you know, like if there was a pond in here, I would be like, yeah, cool. I get it. Pond, flying in the sky, pond, clouds. Yeah, that part I'm not understanding, but that's good enough. It's good enough. I've got 3 out of the 4. This one was easy. This one was a surprise. This one was hard work. This one is already lots of hard work as well, but at least I have pretty good confirmation that think, ponder, realize. So I definitely need, you know, like I'm starting to go like, forget what's in the picture. Let's just figure out another word that's like the word think, you know, but it's 8 letters. So, So, you know, like, it might not even have in it, or it might do. I still think it probably does. It's just, how could this picture have so many words with in and not have in it? But, yeah. Okay, so I'm literally just looking up 8-letter words similar to the word think, because I need help here. So, that doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work, that doesn't work. Oh, it could be ruminate. Ruminate works. Let's give it a go. Oh, it is that. It occurs to me immediately. It's a room. In is everywhere, and it's 8. It's 8 that's in a room. That's what it is. I'm so sure. This one is actually, this is the last one I've managed. I'm so sure about this that I'm just, I'm assuming without even trying. This is the last one that I'm managing to get, and it's actually, of all of them, well, no, next to this one, this is the one where I understand how it relates. Oh my God, that's what it is. That's what it is. If only, the problem is that the problem with this one is that there are so many possibilities with 8 letter slots. There are so many possibilities for words, just hundreds, possibly even thousands, but minimum hundreds that you can make of common words, not even weird words. And so just trying to think of the possible words, you know, it took me so long to go through words that start with D. And I was just like, oh, I had dozens and dozens of possible 8-letter words that start with D, some of them that contain in, but other ones, you know, and to do that for all of the, you know, even just all of the first letters here it's just a lot of work. But this turns out to be, you know, now that I have the pattern, it tells me the direction to go in. I'm waiting for that click. It's gonna be it. Oh, yes! Yes! Gallery, I have dominated you through my slow ass thinking and pondering and realizing and my rumination. Oh, God, this must... Oh, I'm so happy. This must be how we... I did think that this could be it. This is how we get room 8. This is how we get room 8. And it makes it room in 8. Room in 8. This is key 8. Presumably, we'll unlock room 8. Look at it. It's the infinity 8 with the pins in it. Huh. And it almost looks like it's got a little heart construction there as well, but no. Yeah, maybe not really. What a cool key. I wasn't even expecting another key. Because I've been under the assumption that, well, you know, I've been under the assumption that there are 10 special keys. The problem is that I don't really know how to count that, because I don't know if I should be counting like vault key and car keys as special keys as well, or if it's just stuff like the prism key and master key and things. Anyway, whoa! I went from having it. Look, this took me a long ass time. Guys, this took me a long ass time. Like, way longer than even here. Like, I don't even know how long this has been in just the episode. But, like, it's taken me... I have stared at this page of notes so much. I have thought of so many possibilities to get here that I feel so much more triumphant, even just having to kind of, you know, do random tries and stuff. I don't care. Like, I don't care. Like, I've put so much labor into this room that this feels so freaking satisfying. So satisfying. You know, like, it was really satisfying feeling confident about this one, that I was able to kind of realize offline and go, that's probably it. I'm fairly sure that's it. You know, that was very satisfying to come here and, you know, to feel that way offline, but then to come here and try it and go, yep, beautiful, worked it out, happy with it. It was a really nice surprise that this one turned out to be correct, even though I didn't think it would be. But it was a really nice surprise. It was a totally separate experience because I had gone through so many possible 5-letter words and gone, this is crazy. Like, there's so many 5-letter words. Like, and this picture is such a freaking mystery to me, you know. So that was a nice surprise. This one and this one, you guys got to experience a lot more because because my guesses were wrong. And I had to really think through quite a lot of different possibilities, but I wasn't really able to actually, like, in the end, it was this pattern that got me there more than anything. And I guess I wasn't really able to get there until I came here again and got a couple of them correct. And so I was able to even, like, consider the pattern at that stage. Yeah, so, like, honestly, I'll stop going on about it after this, but just, this has been such a wholly satisfying experience for me because I've had so many experiences with thinking, with realizing, with pondering, with ruminating, with trying, with experimenting, you know, with getting things wrong, with eliminating possibilities. Yeah, this is only my second time to ever have this room, but I've spent so much time with this room and I've thought about it in so many ways. So in some ways it's like, it's a really satisfying, let's just spin around a bit. It's a really satisfying mini example of exactly what is so amazing about this game. Like, just spending a long ass time puzzling through something, like, in one room. You know what I mean? Mwah, mwah. Chef kiss to this room. I have so enjoyed you, gallery, and I guess I'm really curious about if I draft gallery again, like, what will be here? Will it just be like this? Will there be another puzzle or something else? I don't know. All right, now back to where I expected to be a long time ago. Oh, let me just look at this, my prize. Oh, key 8, room 8, I'm so excited about it. All right, now I've got an issue. I may have an issue. I'm thinking through this on the spot. Let me just double check. God, I almost have a completely full house again. Look at that. It's if I had done boudoir here, I would have had another full house. But, you know, I don't think it matters. I don't think I'm gonna get another trophy for it, right? But it's just personally satisfying. Okay, so let's think through. I only have 8 more steps. So I have no more drafting possibilities. And, you know, the west path is done. I cannot use this key. I cannot use this key today. So coat check is all the way down here. There's no way I have the steps to get there. Like, even if I were to go straight to foundation from here and go through the underground, that would still be 1, 2, 3, and then I'm not even sure. It might be 4, 5 steps to get back outside. And that's optimistic. 6, entrance hall. 7, 8. So I think there's, unless there's a couple of bananas in the antechamber, and maybe there is. Look, here's the thing. What if I were to get to kitchen and buy food to get those final steps to get to coat check? The problem is that I think that that's probably only possible And that's being optimistic, right? Because I'm genuinely not sure how many steps it would be to go from the bottom of the foundation elevator into the basement, into the tunnel. I don't know. I can't. Obviously I should. Bad pass, Rebecca. Bad pass, Rebecca. I haven't written down what counts as steps down there. I do know that sometimes different rooms actually surprisingly don't count as different steps, and sometimes they do. So if I'm being optimistic, I still think that making it to the kitchen with my 8 steps is probably only possible if I don't go into room 46. But why, why would I do that? I've worked so hard to be able to get here to 46. I mean, the fact is, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go to room 46. So I guess what that means is that I'm imagining, now that I've solved the puzzles, I'm imagining that I will be able to get this key back again when I read Draft Gallery again. And I haven't seen Gallery all that often, so that's a bit crappy. But I'm assuming it's going to work like the laundry key did, where every time, after finding it, every time I would draft laundry again, the key would be sitting there waiting for me. I think that will be the case here. But I don't know. Like, there's no more like bedroom possibilities, to make use of the sleeping mask. I don't have the shoes. I think that there's, yeah, I think that's that. But we have solved it. So that's huge. 7 steps. Let's just take it for fun. What else am I going to do? All right. I think this is the thing that has to happen. I've worked hard to get back here into room 46 for this. Crown. What I really wanted to do here was to get the crown and to try and draft throne room, because I really, really badly want throne room. And I was thinking, that's... hopefully that's what I'm going to be able to do. But of course, I had to use every single one of my drafting possibilities to get here. So, yeah, it hasn't worked out. Does, can I eat this apple? Oh, well, look, it is what it is. I've been thinking about the missing bust here, Mary's missing bust, and here's a weird thought I had. Could it be that one of the busts that's in the foyer is actually this bust, disguised? I did take a look at them, and I did think, yeah, I don't know, doesn't really seem... There's not an obvious candidate. I mean, the Major Nicholas Key the Fourth is the weird one out there. I still think something is going on with that. But, I don't know what it is. I don't know what to do with these things here. But maybe they just sort of light up when we get the, when we get the map. So I'm going to have a go at the map now. We've gone from one puzzle that took me a really long time. I'm going to try another one. And here's the thing. I don't have that much information here yet. Even though I've opened half of the inner sanctum doors at this stage, I really don't have that much actual information on the order in which our uncle went to the realms, but I do have some, so I'm going to work with that. And I think it's enough to have a go at guessing, but I don't know how possible this is going to be, because I literally don't know the maths about how many possibilities there are here. And you know how probability, once you get a few factors involved, it's usually like, oh, there are actually 1 million possible combinations here. It could very well be that. I haven't worked it out. What I do know is that the start and the finish are here. Arindia Aries and Fen Aries are the start and the end of this journey. So that is set in stone. The only other bit of information I have about where our uncle has been is a relationship. So I don't know which number it is, but I know that Morajai comes before Vera. So let's just try a few things. And what I'm going to try is just logically, what if he starts from here and goes north? And I'm now going to try, what if he then sails over to Morajai? And what if he then goes from Morajai over here, and then over here, and then, not 7, and then 6 over here. Like, could that be it? The thing is, what if there's another condition here, right? What if I need to have this in place and then be in here at 1:30? It could be like a multi-condition thing, so it might not even be that, you know, that I obviously get it. Either way, that was just the first one I wanted to try. It just seemed like a good way to do it. So, because that at least means, yeah, that Morajai is coming before Vera. What if we swap, just try swapping these two around? What if he... Oh, hang on, that was what I had before. What if we try swapping these two around? Nope. What if... I'm just thinking, like, what's a sort of an easy swap here that might make sense. So what if he goes the other way around the world? Goes there. Goes there. And then goes there. I don't know if I need to click away for... what I'm expecting, and I don't know if it's true, what I'm expecting is for this to open. No, maybe not. Maybe not. I mean... Alright, how about this? How about this? Just trying to do some subtle moves first before I move anything really big. What if he were to go... So we'll think about him going east from Arch Aries again, landing in Kararika, and then Morajai. How about if he, for whatever reason, goes Vera? There. I don't know. What if you do that? Because you could go through this little strait here between nuance and further nuance. Okay. Alright, not that, not that. All good. We're still happy. We're still having fun. What if he were to go, actually, to Morajai? To Vera. Oh, hang on. To Kararika. No, not 6. No, this is crazy. This is crazy what I've got here. No, that's pretty crazy too, isn't it? No. Could be anything. Just could be absolutely anything. Alright, let's actually try that he goes down. He goes south first. Not 3, 2. So he goes straight to Eraja. From Eraja, he goes over to, what's it called? Nuance. From Nuance, he skips up to Morajai. He doesn't go straight to Vera. And, oh, I've done 4 instead of 3. 3 to Nuance. 4 to Morajai. 5 to Karaka. It's a bit weird. 5 to... Let's do 5 to Vera. 6 to Karaka, because I could then imagine him going west from Karaka back around to Archieres. Maybe not. Alright. Maybe one of these has been correct and there is just no confirmation because it's only one condition, yeah? Like, maybe that's the thing to stop people from doing exactly what I'm doing and just having a go. Okay, in that case, let's just try these ones. It's not unthinkable. Let's consider him going from Iraja, bypass, like not going west to Nuance, but going around the back to Karaka. Karaka to Morajai. Morajai to Vera, 6 to Nuance, and then up to Archieres. Possible. Instead... what other variation could I try? It could be crazier than this. It could be like a journey that just makes much less sense than what I'm trying here, but it just... you know? What if he goes straight from here and doesn't go north or south? What if he goes to Karaka? What other possibility have we got down here? 2? 3 back to Nuance. Did I try this? I probably did. Yeah, I guess... I don't know, it could be one of 2 things. It could just be I don't have enough information. But it could also be that one of these has been correct. And yeah. But it's not enough. We need something else. We need another condition fulfilled for this to do anything. Still, all of this is extra knowledge. This is all extra knowledge. Like, I'm glad that I'm trying this. I mean, this is a weird one, going 6 to... yeah. Let's try... No, let's just try swapping these around. He goes through the strait over to Iraja, up, pops up. This is really good moody music for me, sitting here going, not having any luck so far. Alright, another possibility that I just want to try while I'm here, I just want to kind of try as many, I might not try everything systematically, but I just want to try, you know, a few things that make sense to me. What if he skips from here directly over to Nuance, over to Iraja, back around to Karaka. Let's just have some fun with this. Morajai, down to Vera, and then from Vera, Archieres. What if we just swap around? What if we go Nuance straight up to Morajai? That's not straight up. That's the wrong number. Straight up to Morajai. To Vera. To Kararika. To, I don't know, Iraja. Or to Arch Aries. Doesn't really make a lot of sense to me that you would do these two next to each other, but it's possible. Anything is possible. All right, here's another. One, two. What if we go nuance all the way to Kararika? What if he goes straight through there? And then, actually, what if we try something a bit unconventional? He goes west to Arch Aries, west again to Morajai, Vera, Iraja. You know, incidentally, I'm starting to think more and more that, you know, obviously I thought I had right way at the beginning of the game, but that, you know, the game has made me think yet again, what if Uncle not dead? You know? What if our uncle, after all of his sad talk about ending his life here, actually got himself out, right? That could be quite a triumphant ending. So he's faked his own death because we know that he's been planning right up until the last freaking, you know, couple of days. He's been planning us being here. He's been planning his death. I don't think you do that if you die of a heart attack, you know? Like, you might die from, like, heart surgery or something like that, where you can kind of go, well, there's a good chance, you know, I might not make it out of this planned event, but no. I just increasingly I don't believe it. So I'm wondering, you know, like if he has made it to Iraja is what I'm imagining. But another thing that's on my mind is that Mary, who I now know, like I didn't know previously until recently where she went to college. We now know she went to college in Kararika, and she said, you know, well, she wanted her uncle to visit them. I don't think, yeah, now that I'm thinking back, I don't know if that was when she was still at university or if that was when, like, she found a place in Reddington with her guy. Anyway, I'm feeling like I might have exhausted some possibilities here. I like either there's another condition or yeah, it's just some kind of combination I'm not really coming up with. It does feel like is there another thing that sort of I don't know. Look, my intention wasn't to really try and solve this yet. It was just to have a go. I know that, you know, what I'm interested in doing is actually getting more of this information from, I assume, the postcards that I'm going to find in the Inner Sanctum. It's not that we're at this point now because I don't have another Inner Sanctum. I can't wait to put this on. I don't have another Inner Sanctum room anyway, but when I do, I've said that I'm so freaking interested in getting Kararika next, but the issue is now, because of this thing here, I'm actually wondering if what I should do, you know, the last key is waiting behind the last door of 8. At first I had thought, well, it can't be these 8 doors because you can't have a key waiting behind the last of the door that you open. But then I thought, oh, hang on, it might just mean the 8th door, you know, if you just think of them in sequence, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So maybe it's behind this door here, which is nuance, which, yeah, I mean, maybe that's the next one I try and open. I don't have that much information on Nuance's sigil. I just don't. I know it's a green, I know what the core is, and I know that it's most likely aviation is the transport, but yeah, beyond that, I don't have much to go on yet. But, you know, I could just play around with it and guess. I've done that with others, and it worked out. I've got more information now on Carrarica, so I feel a lot more... I'm fairly sure Carrarica is, you know, orange, the weather is snow, because that's in the description of the freezer. That's pretty cool. And we can take a very, very good stab that its moat is academic. So, yeah. Alright, well, I've got 2 really important items that I need to draft to do anything with. I'm assuming that I need the crown before I can draft throne room. I know that I need this. I need to be able to draft with this key to get to room 8. That's going to be very exciting. But I can't do it today. I can't do it today. I just need to be able to put it here. So what are the other possibilities for today, if anything? Like if I'm going to just have a stab at it. With 6 steps, I wonder if I could even just get to the outside to get back to shrine. I can't... Of course, I can't even get back to foundation. I haven't opened this. So that just doesn't leave us with anything really except being able to open another locker. That's kind of all I've got. Yeah. Oh, it's not even that I don't have the door. I don't... blocked off the passage as well. Yeah. All right. So, yeah, that's that. But, like, what a triumph. What a triumph of an ending. I'm glad that I've had a really, really good go at that room. And I'm glad that I've managed to solve everything in the gallery. I feel truly, truly triumphant about that. Look at that. 1 step. 1 key. So I can't even make it back to shrine to even put my $43 in there. I can't make it back there to even open up the cursed coffer and possibly curse myself. I can't put the crown away. I can't put key 8 away. I can't put anything else here away. I can't... I think I would have been able to even make another... try and make another contraption from the metal detector and the magnifying glass, and I can't do that either. So many things, but that's fine. That's fine. Hey, I got this now. Let's just open up a locker. It's possible it'll have a cupcake in it, right? Ah, 2 precious gems. 2 precious gems. And of course the lockers don't let me use my freaking lockpick because they're special, amazing locks that that a lockpick just can't work with. So that's that. That's that. No fruit for me. Let's just there we go. Stare up at the angel. What a day. What a day. My God. I feel truly the garden shopping center of prayers. Wow. Look at that. That's magnificent. That's a magnificent day that with many... I even feel strangely satisfied that I did 44 rooms and 144 steps. That's kind of nice. Many more possibilities ahead of us. We've opened some doors that I haven't yet been able to step in. I mean, I got a new contraption, so it's not as if I didn't do a contraption. I just, you know, had some other possibilities there if I had more steps. We've solved gallery now. I can go back for that key, I'm so sure. I made it to room 46 and at least tried a bunch more of those possible map solutions. So it's a bit more knowledge that I have towards that. Yeah. Amazing day, amazing day. I'm very, 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 very happy with it. Even though it's teased me about a lot of other things. And here's the other thing. That, everybody, that was Christmas Eve. Tomorrow should be Christmas. What might happen tomorrow? The answer could be nothing. The answer could be something. It could be something important. It could just be that I get a little, what I'm kind of hoping for is like maybe I get a little gift in the entrance hall, right? Like everyone is cheering for me out there. My dad is cheering for me out there. Surely they're going to send me something. Surely. So I'm very excited. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't want to know what's going to happen. Even if it's nothing, that's fine. Because the other thing I'm considering is what if Christmas is a date that's dependent on me being somewhere or doing something? It might just mean that that's a place I'm not at yet, but maybe I'll get there in another playthrough, So I'm just curious. I'm just really curious about tomorrow. And I hope you are really curious about tomorrow. And I hope that you've had some degree of satisfaction on this day, even though there's been a lot of teasing and a lot of like nearlies but not quite getting theirs. There's also been a ton of new things, a ton of successes. Really enjoyable day. I've got to say, like, getting such a full mansion, even if it's 44 and not 45 rooms, that's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. There were so many times I thought this day was over and I managed to, squeeze some more out of it. Feels freaking triumphant, I've got to say. Feels absolutely freaking triumphant just to do that. Just to manage to go a little bit further. So I loved it. All right, everybody. Merry Christmas Eve, and I'll see you tomorrow for Christmas. Have a good night, and thank you for coming on this beautiful Blueprints journey with me. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.